Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we are live. How's everyone doing? My name is Liku Amadi, founder and attorney of Anasa Law Firm, where I work with online coaches, consultants, and strategists to help them establish a solid legal foundation for business. And one of the main ways to do that is via your client contract or any business contract, right? When you're in a business relationship. So, today, I wanted to very quickly touch on how you can use your contract to protect your intellectual property. And when I say intellectual property, I'm talking about trademarks, copyrights. And so I'll briefly explain what each is. So, a trademark is essentially one of those elements of your business that allows it to be recognizable in the marketplace, right? So, your business name, slogan, your logo, right? Specific colors associated with your business. And a trademark is more so those created works of arts, if you will. So, photos, for example, are copyrightable material because a photographer has taken a picture and created something, right? Same thing with the videographer. When we're looking in the online business space, courses or digital products are all subject to copyright protection. And each of these is governed by the federal government. So the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and then the United States Copyright Office. So when I'm talking about protecting your intellectual property, these are the things that that I'm referring to in this video. So as it relates to contracts, so one thing I always like to start off with when talking about contracts is saying that your contract is not just a document. It's not just a document. It is the foundation of your client relationships. It is a document that tells your client what they need to do in order for you to do your job. It explains to them what you're going to do for them. It holds all the terms around payments, installment payments, payment refunds, payment plans, etc. It allows you to resolve issues or prevent issues from coming up in the first place. It is that foundational piece that allows you to get paid, right? That is what a client contract is. And I want to add that context because I want us to frame it in that way and not just look at it as a document that needs to be signed before you start working with someone, right? So, how exactly can your contract protect your intellectual property? Like I mentioned, there are terms and conditions in your contract under which you and your clients are supposed to work together, right? You, as a business owner, are guiding and leading that client relationship with the terms that you put in place. And so, in the event that your intellectual property, and oftentimes it is, right, your intellectual property is being used to deliver a service. Let's say you are doing a course, right? A 6-week course, and you've put together all of this content, these slides, and this framework, et cetera, right? So that content is your intellectual property. The name of that course is considered your intellectual property, right? If you have a slogan or a catchphrase, all of that is your intellectual property. And so what you do with your contract is protect that intellectual property by letting your clients know how they are supposed to use it, right? And how they're not supposed to use it, which is the most important part, because intellectual property are those assets of your business that help you generate more money, right? If we're going back to the course example, that's something that you can sell or you can license to someone, right? That is valuable to your business. And so we need protections in place to make sure that it stays valuable to your business and that it's not just out there being used by anyone in any way, especially being stolen or someone else is making money off of it, right? Which is common, which I found commonly happens in the online business space. You see something online, it's kind of just like, download a digital product, like, ooh, let me take that and remix it, right? That's how people move sometimes. But it is your job to make sure you have those protections in place to protect your IP as much as possible. So going back to the contract, number one is telling them how they can use it, right? What are the limitations? You're the one who has to put those boundaries in place, right? For example, you can only use this material during your coaching course with me or like the time we spend together, right? If there's some downloadable material, then letting them know that you do have access to download it. And this is a manner in which you're allowed to use it. for example, only for personal or business purposes, but not commercial purposes, wherein that person is, selling those, let's say, digital products or whatever downloadable materials to someone else, right? They can't license it or make money off of it, right? So you want to make sure that you just have clear directions on how to use it. But number two, more importantly, how not to use it. And that's kind of where the bulk of everything comes in, right? Because boundaries, right? These are the parameters in which you can use my intellectual property. And then also you can leave permission, or things change, right? Relationships change. And I'm talking about client relationships. I'm also talking about partnerships where your intellectual property may be used, right? Things change. So you can definitely leave room and opportunity to update the terms, right? If someone else is allowed to use your intellectual property in a certain way, or you come to a certain arrangement, contracts can always be amended. But the point is that a client contract is that foundation between you and your client, is that foundation, right? Not just a document. It's the piece that tells people, that tells you and your client how you are going to work together. And when you're using your money generating intellectual property, those assets of your business, you don't just want to put it out there freely for anyone to access. You want to let them know the who, what, where, when, and why of how they can use your intellectual property. So it's your job to put those boundaries in place. Like I said, a quick tidbit. So if you were wondering, like, I'm afraid of someone stealing my coursework or ripping off my landing page, or using my digital products, like, there's definitely a way that you can protect it. And your client contract is 9 times out of 10 that way, that you are going to be able to let people know just exactly how they're supposed to use and deal with your intellectual property. If you have questions about that, please get on my calendar. If you have questions about protecting your digital products, or how you can use your contract to protect your signature course or your online course materials, right? Anything. If you have questions about protecting those assets in your business and whether they are even assets to be protected in the first place, please talk to an attorney, because this is not legal advice. It is legal information only for educational purposes. But if you send me a DM or hop on my calendar, I'm more than happy to figure out if I can help you. All right. That is what I will leave y'all with today. And again, you know how to reach me. Send me a DM or contact me through my website, www.anasalawfirm.com. Have a good day.